I guess one of the best representations of the challenges and difficulties of going underwater to such depths is diver's watch. Have you ever seen an actual diver's watch? Something like this. It is tough. It is made of steel. It is strong. It needs to be. If you look at some of the watches used by NASA astronauts, well, that's a good example. A spaceship is really a lot less demanding in terms of structural integrity than a submarine, something that's going to be subjected to such enormous amounts of pressure. Think of a balloon compared to a tank. Yes, there's different pressure, but you cannot even compare one to the other. Folks, welcome to the channel, and again, addressing the tragedy of the Titan V, as they're now being called. And if there's someone that knows this stuff, that's James Cameron. Yes, he is the director of Titanic, but he's a guy very much into the detail and the science of this kind of vehicle. Let's listen to what he has to say, because I think he makes some great points.
Look, I never knew Stockton well, and I had no association whatsoever with Ocean Gate, but I was aware of the nature of their design, and I had been very critical of that type of design. There was a prior design that was being built. It was a competing design to ours to get to Challenger Deep back a decade ago, and I was very vocal even to the people involved in that, saying somebody's going to get killed in a wound filament composite hull. It's just a really, really bad idea.
Filament composite hull. I thought it was steel. I thought it was welded steel. No, it's a damn fiberglass equivalent. You're talking about using an eggshell to. I mean, it's insane. Honestly, I thought it was metal. No, composite. Okay, that is just a terrible idea.
And we don't know, we're speculating right now that was the cause of the implosion. It might have been the dome port, for all we know, which I've also heard was not certified to the depth that it was
not
being
certified.
Dived to. But we don't know right now. But I feel pretty sure that it was that composite hull. But in any case, they never went through any certification process. So that, to me, is misrepresenting themselves to their paying clients. And I guess one of the lessons is caveat emptor. Really look carefully. If you're going to get into a sub, look carefully at the company that designed the sub, look at its certification and all those things. I would also strongly recommend that anybody that's going to take tourists down to a deep site have an ROV on board that can reach the same depth, so that they can assist if there's a problem, especially entanglement, which is really the greater danger for any deep submersible that's operating by itself.
So he makes some fantastic points. He says that your main concern should not be the structural integrity of the vehicle you're in, because that should not be an issue. It should be so well regulated and having passed the necessary certifications that you have absolute peace of mind that, yeah, I'm in a damn metal bubble that nothing can happen to me. That was not the case. They went with an experimental, questionable little vehicle made out of some composite that was definitely not up to the standards, and as the man says himself, it did not pass any certifications for such depths. There are known guidances that you have. There's things that you know can take certain amount of pressure. He mentions the Russian vehicles, the American vehicles, all of those that have passed giving certifications. You have an amount of trust, and they have to be checked every. I mean, the only thing I do know about specifically in terms of materials, you do have ways of testing for micro cracks and little deformations in the material that are not visible to the naked eye. So this is all very expensive. This is all very time consuming, and most of all, money. It's expensive to test materials, to find micro cracks with the necessary equipment, but you can do it. And that's what professionals, people that are serious about what they do, actually end up doing. You test up to the smallest detail to make sure that, yeah, there's not going to be some minor crack. With these kind of pressures, which are insane, any minor crack, even in steel, can compromise the structural integrity of the entire thing. And I mean, again, the idea of them going down in a damn fiberglass equivalent eggshell, that is insane. Anyway, just goes to show that money does not make you smart. Even if you're a billionaire, you can be quite lacking in terms of some common sense. You're going into this thing with your kid. Dude, do some research. Ask around. Is this really safe? Should there be some other kind of vehicle? Just trusting your life to a complete stranger just because you gave them some money, that is a bad idea. That's the way I think you should go about things in general in life. Make your own decisions. Be smart. Inform yourself. I know perfectly well that you don't have time for everything. Sometimes you trust professionals. In this case, the man was clearly not a professional. This is the same man that said that he didn't want a white 50-year-old driver in his vehicle. Anyone that is so capable of making such a stupid statement, I would not trust him with a glass of piss, let alone with my own life. Folks, your take would be more than welcome. Leave your comments there below. See you next time.